Hi, everybody. We are back. This is Champagne Ministry. And oh my God, like the wisdom, the beauty, the elegance, the intelligence, the fierceness, the passion, the personality that we just brought you here, it was unlike anything that I think. Okay. So I just want to say thank you to Joy. Hi, Joey. I want to thank you, Ria. And Ria, I had a little bit less time for you than what I wanted because I was not able to accept you. I was having trouble. So we are going to definitely come back. Relationships are so multifaceted and so complex that we're gonna do part one, two, three, four, up to 50, 11, 50, 11.
50,
Okay,
11 times.
50, 11 time. It, it, okay. um, can I ask you something? Why are you always talking? You always talking some shit in the comment. That you,
hmm
this is not your phone. You think this is
I'm.
your phone?
It looks just like mine. I swear to God, I should have brought. Like, I'm gonna look in my cabinet though. Light skinned people steal.
Duh.
It's true. It's written in the Bible.
No, you got that confused. European people come and conquer and steal the land, and so you must got me confused with my European brothers and sisters. Not the mulattoes. The mulattoes. Come on. You know
the,
what? She is so
the
Barry. Don't
mulattoes. It's the
Barry. Barry,
octoroons.
do not. Nicole and Barry. Don't
hmm
encourage that. Don't
hmm
encourage that. Okay? I'm not an octoroon, first of all.
Quadroon.
Now, look. Tiffany said, teacher Tiffany. Tiffany said, now what just say about expectations? What'd you say? Okay.
Oh,
Layla, I don't want
they steal.
it.
It does look like my
Oh, Joey
phone.
got the nerve to say it looks like his. Joey, I don't want to hear you because you're supposed to be all spiritual, but you told me a couple of champagne ministries ago that I don't even have a kitchen. I have like a, what do you say, a cafeteria in the back. I'm disgusted.
She has a
You're not
kitchenette.
even black talking about kitchen.
She got a hot
Joey,
plate.
I banish you. I banish you. She said mulattoes. Yeah, she calls me an octoroon, honey, and I'm. Uh-oh, Melissa just came in. Melissa's not gonna have time for this. Okay, I gotta tell you something. Ooh, we about to get in trouble. Melissa is not here for colorism in any sense. Even colorism, she's not here for it. So she's gonna hold you accountable if y'all are talking in the language and spirit of the oppressor. To then so you're gonna be. I don't have to say that she's gonna get you. She's gonna get.
I just want to let it be known, though, Melissa, that I am a Black Studies major, if that helps. And
No, it doesn't help because you can study whatever you. That ain't got nothing to do with it because you ain't
I
got.
just, I just thought I would drop that so it could
No,
protect me.
bye. We ain't nobody protecting you. Now, my love. First of all, thank you all for coming back. I so appreciate it. I wanted to do an extended version just because, shoot, like Nikki said, it doesn't help exactly. Because there's so much more to do. And Jessica, I am so sorry for having to like extend and do it like this. I've never been good at time management ever, and I still
I'm,
am not.
I'm
So,
in agreement.
okay, you know what? All right, so whatever. But first of all, I want to recognize your side part. That's an epic side part. Your is that lip? What color lip is that?
It's called Speed Dial. It's kind of a coral.
Okay, it's beautiful. Is that top
Thank
like
you.
light green? Is it a mint or is it white?
It's like a light yellow.
Okay, and you're giving me, what are you giving me on the necklace?
I mean, I'm rocking Egypt right here.
Come on, Egypt. Come on,
hmm
ancestor.
Isis, yeah.
Come on,
Hello.
Isis. What
Hello.
did Isis represent?
Goddess.
Come on.
Us. Hello.
Now,
Thank
Jessica,
you.
we got 20 people on here that extended their time. Hi, Megan. Hi, Nikki. To hear a word. What do you have to say about the spiritual lesson in relationships?
So I'll address the expectations really quickly because, or not. Um, I think like especially as women, right? We have these expectations and then we allocate them to the other person, like Joy said. So if we go into a relationship and we have these expectations that that person doesn't meet, it's like there's no space like in a like I always think of like a plant, right? For it to actually grow because you've already consumed the soil. You've already put so much expectation on it that there's no room for it to grow. It has to be this. And then that person then has to act in accordance with this expectation that you've set. So there's no room to actually get to be with that person. There's no room for them to be who they really are because you've already said what they are. And then whatever your past history is of what you've identified them as is what you're going to literally hold them to show up as. And
Mm,
anytime they deviate from that, because we're unique beings, right? We're going to deviate. We're going to continue to grow and expand. So anytime that person doesn't meet your expectations, you punish them, right?
okay.
Yeah. And I also feel a lot of times that we get into relationships and we're not healed. We don't even stop to ask ourselves, should I even be in a relationship? Have
I've
I healed
never,
enough?
well, I have asked myself that before. I have. But I don't care what the answer is. I still want
Right.
to be in one anyway.
Right. But a lot of times we're not ready to be in one. And so we have a lot of traumatized people traumatizing other people in relationships because we haven't healed from the last one.
Shit.
Ergo, karmic relationships, where we literally keep cycling back the same relationship and calling it a different person's name because we did not heal. We didn't stop, we didn't pause, we did not release the residue of the other person's presence in our life. We still have items of them in our mind, in our home, in our hearts. And anytime that you haven't actually like sat back and grown from it, like what, how could I have been a better version of myself? How could I have listened more? How could I have shown up better? Like if you don't ask those questions and actually wait for the receive the answer, like I take years, as you know, in between relationships.
Years.
I, I want that
You will be
person.
single for a long time. Do you?
Do you hear me? I'm saying like a decade. Like I take years, like at least
That's a
2 years
single
in between.
heifer. Not no more though, but you know what I'm
Right. Because I want that next person to get the best version of me. So I'm going to try to learn everything I can. I've been cheated on before. Forgive easily. Don't carry that's baggage. And that's bringing that into another relationship. Again, not allowing room. You're literally bringing your whole baggage. People are going off, aren't they?
Nikki, I mean, Nikki,
Years and years
the
and
last time,
years.
the last time you had a relationship was 4 score 7 years ago.
It's real. It's real. But
But no,
guess what?
she is correct. She is correct. And here's like I like to use real world examples, right? That's like say you cook something in a pan, like you know on a pan on stuff. You cook something like some ahi tuna steaks, right? And
That was real
then
literal.
okay, so you cook some, right? And then so that the grease in that pan, like it is of ahi tuna, right? That's how it smells, that's how it tastes, whatever, right? But if you're gonna cook something new, you must clean that pot, or
Yes.
the ahi tuna residue, taste, essence is going to permeate your turkey spaghetti or vegetarian spaghetti if you're me. And that
Right.
would taste really disgusting. It is going to taint everything else you try to cook. And it takes so much work to cook. You got to buy the ingredients, you got to saute, you got to cut them, you got to, like, don't sabotage your
Yeah.
future because of residue from the past, because you were afraid to be alone, because you
Yes.
don't think you're enough alone, because you're scared of being alone. But really, I'm talking to myself, okay? But but you have to be willing to let go and
Yes.
heal the past in order to start something new. And you got to be willing to take as long as it takes,
Yeah.
if it's 4 score and 7 years.
And guess what? The current relationship that I'm in is the healthiest I've ever been in because I don't have any residue. I've done the healing. It doesn't mean that I have nothing at all. But I'm not, I call it being like rewiring. Like, previous expectations doesn't mean that you don't have a past history and that you're not genetically, you don't have a genetic memory of it, right? So anytime something happens and I want to go back to react a way I used to, I think this isn't the same person. This isn't the same relationship. And you've already done the work. So I rewire the circuitry to start actually expecting goodness, actually expecting myself to show up and here's another thing. Relationships, number one, it's a blessing, it's an opportunity to grow, right? I always want the person that I'm with to be the best person they can be to their family members, the most creative. It should magnify them. It should make them even more loving. It should be even more support, not limited. A relationship is not to possess somebody else because we're anti alone, anti being alone. It's so we're so afraid that I'm going to hold on so tight to you and I'm going to limit what God wants to flow through that person because I need you to be this in order for me to be healthy. And so that also limits you because now you're not growing into what you could because you're so limited in what your life force is being focused on, which is this other probably unhealed person
Yeah.
that's only triggering and magnifying and mirroring back your unhealings. So I think the biggest thing is please do the work in between. Stop for a second, pause, like stop jumping, and defining success as being in a relationship or being married. And for a lot of women, you could make millions of dollars, you could have every single degree, but for some reason, for women in this society, you're not successful until you're actually married. Doesn't matter what accomplishments you've ever done before then. Everybody comes and shows out for you when you get married or
Yes.
when you die.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think for women, we really have to change the conversation like we're having right now and find our self-worth, do the work, you know what I mean, to being the best version of ourselves and allow that to just come because you're going to attract it. You are going to magnetize, just like we magnetize beautiful friendships, you're going to magnetize that relationship. So we just need to trust, allow. We don't need to have expectations. It's going to happen for you if it's supposed to happen for you, and question, should it happen for me? Are there other things I want to do in my life right now currently? Have I done the work? Am I healed? Do I have enough space within my heart to invite somebody else in? Can I hold space for a healthy relationship to grow and to thrive in? And if you can't,
Then don't
why be
do
in
it.
one?
Don't
Don't
fuck
be, yeah.
somebody else up. Don't
Mm-mm.
mess up somebody else's experience here because you're unhealed.
Yeah.
Um,
Creating karma.
Karmic relationships.
Yeah.
So, my spiritual lesson is the importance of separateness, and it kind of links to what you were saying. Um, it's really, really important that we take time, that we pause, that we know who we are truly before getting into a relationship, right?
Yes.
Um, and the reason why is because I said before, we're born alone, you're gonna die alone. This journey is a little lonely sometimes, this human journey, even though we have people all around us. Like nobody knows your story and who you are and what you've been through, and it can really experience
Right.
you, right? So you've got to get right with you, right? And that's
Yeah.
a journey. It's not like a one-time thing, right? But I want to read from you. I want to read Khalil Gibran, my favorite.
Yes.
But this is, to me, the spiritual lesson is the importance of not becoming one with somebody because you ain't.
Mm.
You are you. Okay. It is the importance of me acknowledging you and you acknowledging me as separate beings here for our own reasons, on our own paths, to pursue our own passions, to do our own thing, but we choose to do it together and experience
Yes.
it and support each
Yes.
other in it, right? That's
Yes.
dope, right? So it's not we're one.
Right.
You ain't one.
Right.
Not one, right? So here is this is from Khalil Gibran. What's the name of it? I
Is it
forgot.
the prophet?
Look it up. Thank you. The prophet. He said, "You are born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. You shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let
Hmm.
there be space in your togetherness. Let the winds of heaven dance
Mm.
between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give
Mm.
one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping.
Mm.
Hand of life can contain your hearts, and stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of a temple stand apart. And
Mm.
the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow.
Mm. I love
Layla has
Khalil.
that book. That's my favorite book,
Me
Layla.
too.
Yes, come on, cousin Khalil. I can't stand you. I, cousin Khalil, come on, Khalil. You know
You know they are like our first cousins though. Like
they
he's
are.
Lebanese, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he
Hmm.
was Lebanese. I know he was Middle East. Yes, yes.
Hmm. Those are our peoples, like right across the.
They are cousins. Like,
Hmm.
fam. So my spiritual moment is like, bitch, he is not you. You are not him. You are you. You just read that part this week, Layla. That's crazy.
Wow.
Like you are here for your own divine purpose. You have a
Yes.
mission, you have a passion, you have a purpose. You are here to create and be who the fuck you want to be at any given moment. That has nothing to do with nobody else. Yes, you might be in a relationship with somebody else, but that relationship, that person does not define you. And that's something I'm preaching to the choir because I'm preaching to myself. I'm talking to
Mm.
myself. I am learning more and more in relationships that it's really two people together separately, but supporting each other and becoming the fullness of who they want to be separate,
Mm.
but doing it together.
Hello. Yes.
And that is a beautiful thing when you can root for somebody else on their journey and they can root for you and you can do it together but not be consumed by the
Yeah.
person because you know at the end of the motherfucking day, all you have to depend on is you. A person could cheat on you, disrespect you, they could leave you. Anything outside of you, your money, your car, your house, anything outside of you that can be taken away isn't really yours. The only thing that's
Mm.
yours is you. The only thing that's yours is your spirit, your soul, your personality, who the fuck you are. That's all you can depend on. Let go of expectations of anything else, and instead of pointing the finger at somebody else, point it at your goddamn self. Because
Mm.
that is who you are here to answer to. Nobody else.
Mm.
That was a
Oh my God.
angry kind of blessing. I'm so sorry. Nicole said, my blessings and blessings I emote are not contingent upon my life partner.
Yes,
My blessings
Nicole.
are contingent upon me.
Yeah.
Upon me. So stay self-centered, says the Champagne Ministry. It's not selfish. It's not
Right.
selfish. Stay centered in yourself. And when you are yourself, the world will respond accordingly.
Oh
I
my
know my
God.
brother just joined. I know he's about to laugh at me because I'm taking myself seriously. So let me stop now. But I just want to say, just can we show just some love in the comments? Just because, like, can we express some love to Jessica in the comments? I dedicated last week's show to her brother. I'm not going to go into all of it, but I just want some love to come through for Sister Sangria for showing up. You
Of course.
are, man, I mean, you are so strong. You are so brave. You are such a fool at the end of the day. I love you so much, Jess.
I
And
love you too.
please know that you are supported and you are loved. And there's a community of people, both here and in the spirit world, that are holding you down, that have you forever, including me, including Amanda, including Nick, including Megan, including Little
Thank you.
Pineapple, little, the Hawaiian Jazz, I mean, Hawaiian Nikki, including Nikki, Nikita, like Joy, like we are all loving you and appreciating you and holding you up here.
Mm.
Nikki said you are pure love and joy, period. And no.
Thank you. I love you guys too. I see it all. Thank you.
We love
Appreciate
you
it.
so much. Thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. Love Mimi says prayers of comfort and thoughts of peace to you and your family. Joyce is
Thank
lifting
you.
you up always, always, and just
Uh,
giving you the prayer hands. She knows what
thank
it's
you.
like losing, you know, the king or queen to your heart. Joey says she is
Mhm.
the absolute best. You are
Thank you guys.
everything, my sister. We love you so much. And thank you for joining us, even during a time when I didn't even think you would or could, you know. But you're amazing. Do you have anything else you'd like to say before we leave?
No, just I thank you guys. I love you. I'm gonna keep, just vibrating high no matter what. And you can do that. And you can supersede whatever society says needs to be your way of reacting. So this is my purpose is to, consistently help to raise the vibration on the planet so that we shift and humanitarian evolution. That's what I feel like I'm here for. So I'm gonna keep doing it no matter what. So these wheels come falling off. You know
Hello?
what I'm
Like
saying?
always. Nikki said, high vibes always. Joey said, thank you for coming into our lives. Nikki said, you are inspiration in human form. Layla says, this was great. You're great. Thank you. You
Thank
are
you.
great. Like your energy by being here, Layla, and by coming over earlier. Fool. Um, Joey says, you're the absolute best. Like you really are. We are blessed. We are blessed to know you. Like, and I know I joke around a lot, but you're a blessing in our lives. So anyway,
Thank you
love
guys.
you all. Thank y'all. Y'all the MVPs for coming back to
Yeah,
let
you
me know,
are.
honey. I love y'all. Thank you. We'll be back next Sunday, Champagne Ministry, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in. Tell your friend. We can drink, thank, we can pray, slay, we can do it all. You don't get that knowledge here. I don't know where you get what you getting here because you ain't getting it from nowhere but here at
Mm-mm.
the Champagne Ministry. So thank you. And tell a friend. Love you guys.
Yes.
This was Relationships and Reisling. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.